Hey guys, and welcome to One Hub Season 17. But it's not the season opener. No, it's time for the qualifying night. It's time to, let's, how can you say it? To sort the drivers to different tiers. And, oh my goodness, I really can't wait for this to begin. But, of course, I'm not alone. On my side, just like in the podium tier last season, I have Minty. So, welcome.
And hello to everyone who is watching the stream.
Yes, and as you can see, we are here in Bahrain for the qualifying night, and it is fitting quite well, considering that the race weekend is starting at Bahrain. Yeah, just some little facts about Bahrain. This circuit is on the F1 calendar since 2004, and yeah, let's say it was a prominent venue for some classic races like 2014 with the battle of between Hamilton and Rosberg, or let's say 2018 with the late drama with Vettel and Bottas, or let's say 2019, the latest example with Charles Leclerc having the engine issues. I think everyone remembers this. And some little facts about the track. The location, of course, in Zakir, 15 corners, and the circuit length is 5.412 kilometers, and in miles it is 3.362, and the official lap record goes to Pedro de la Rosa from 2005 with a 1 minute 31.447. Well, Minty, can I just ask about your opinion about the Bahrain International Circuit?
I love the circuit. In my opinion, it's one of the best on the official F1 calendar, and probably in the top 3 in the One Hub calendar. It always puts up great racing, and it's also really nice seeing the cars fly around it, especially turn 10. It's a very difficult corner for the drivers, and there's going to be plenty of lockups going into there, and that could easily ruin someone's lap time.
Yes, we will go through this part as well during the 30-minute session. Just to explain you the session format, we will have a 40-minute practice session where drivers have some time to get used to the track, just learn about the car and just get back to a rhythm. And at the end of the session, every driver has to set a lap time on the soft tire. And at the end, the people who are in charge of this will decide which driver will go to which tier. So it actually puts a lot of pressure into the drivers to perform as great as they can to be put in the tier they want.
Yeah, it's going to be very intense for the drivers. A lot of pressure on them to try to set the fastest lap time. Who is your favorite going into this?
Actually, I honestly struggle with this because I only know about 4 or 5 names in the current field here from this qualifying night lobby. So it will be interesting. Of course, I have some favorite names, just like you, because we've commentated in the podium tier. We can go through some of them. I think one of them was F1 Fav. I think we know him from the podium tier. And of course, Vitinho, K-Man, and also Cam K-Mum. And Eastimats as well, alongside Dexter. And another prominent factor here, Liam RBS, aka Liam13, one of our sponsors for the league. He will support the drivers with the trophies for this season. And alongside another sponsor, Vespertine, he will join the sponsors for this season. He will provide some additional support for the season.
Yeah, he will. It's going to be very interesting. As we were talking about favourites, my favourite would be Zeppadoodle. or Zipa, now that he changed his name if I remember correctly. He set one of the fastest lap times last season from the current drivers who are in this session. It was SD Mats, the fastest out of these drivers, but I have a feeling that Zipa really improved and that he could take the fastest lap here.
Yeah, I mean, Zipa, he put in some good performances in the past season. I think he is in the lobby so far. This could change, however. But, well, Zipa, original list, and as I said, he did some good showings in the past season. He even scored some podiums. He even scored a home podium at Australia. And, well, we'll go through some of the drivers in the upcoming 30 minutes. We're just awaiting the start of the session. And, well, Minty, I think, what are your expectations for the upcoming season, which will start on the 11th of December?
Well, it's, as I said, it's going to be a really interesting one. Quite a short season. Not the longest we've seen in one hub before, and that will really come into play because the drivers will have to be very consistent. As there is, I just looked it up, 10 tracks on the calendar. Bahrain being the second one, the second round. Austria being the first round. So 2 very quick tracks on the calendar. And the last round will be Japan, so very technical circuit, and it might bring up a great season finale. We had one in podium tier, which was in Vietnam, and it was very eventful. A lot of late race drama, which definitely shaked things up.
Absolutely. And I can only recommend it to rewatch this race. It was an absolute bonkers race, with a lot of action coming to the end, and I can tell you, it is a classic. Even though there were some little iffy moments here and there, but still was pretty enjoyable, I think, for a spectator.
Yeah, it definitely was, and for the commentators, for me and Johannes, it was brilliant.
Totally. And I think now drivers are getting ready, so we are awaiting the start of the session. And, well, I think this is going to be interesting. I honestly wish this was the season opener already, because I really can't wait for the season to start. I'm so pumped for this. But, yeah, I think you are feeling the same way.
Yeah, I really am, and this is a great way to start the season, seeing all the cars driving as fast as possible, trying to set the fastest lap time for them to go into the highest tier possible for them. Because every driver wants that. Every driver wants to be in that pinnacle tier, the highest tier in one hub. So, as I said, a lot of pressure on them.
Absolutely. So we will go through some qualifying night stats before, and we can see that the fastest lap time from last season's qualifying night was from IGK Zach 6 with a 1:24.948, and there was another time set in season 11, which was a 1:29.724 from Beast Haas. I sadly don't know which game it was. I think 2017 or so. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with. If someone has a clue, then you are of course invited to drop a message in the chat. And yeah, another fact for the qualifying night is that the qualifying night also was part, or also took part in following circuits. So we had Austria, Abu Dhabi, Hungary, Spain, and 2 times we had Silverstone as the venue.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is one of the more eventful ones. I wouldn't want to be seeing Abu Dhabi as the qualifying night track, I think this is way better.
I agree. Bahrain, actually a nice circuit. I think also Silverstone would be a nice opportunity, but I think Bahrain is the ideal test track for the drivers. So the first driver out on track is JLuke11, and he's already fitted in the soft tire. So he wants to go already for a fast lap.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's the smartest of ideas, but he is the first one on track, so he will have a lot of clean air. But I would have waited until maybe like 15 minutes to actually go out on the soft tires, because that's when the track is really grippy. Because right now it's a really green track, no cars have been on it, and there is not going to provide a lot of grip.
That's true, the grip will come near the end. And I would also like to welcome all the viewers and people who are commenting on the chat for the upcoming 30 minutes. And I hope you're as excited as we are for the upcoming minutes. Well, we go now on board with J. Luke, and he will take us around a lap around Bahrain. And if you have no problem with it, Minty, you can do a quick tour guide around the circuit.
Yeah, now going into turn 1, going at 333 kilometers per hour. Not sure how much that is in miles per hour. Really tight corner. Going into a left kink. Now with the second DRS zone of the lap. Opening it up. Into turn 4 right now. Let's just check that real quick. 4th gear corner. It's a really quick one. Now going into the S section of the track. It's really easy to mess up. Going on the curbs on the inside is not the smartest idea, and the curb on the outside also can glitch, and you will just ride on it and you won't be able to get off it. Now going into turn 10, really tight corner, really easy to lock up with for any drivers who are not using ABS. Now with the third DRS zone of the track, really short one, not the best for overtaking opportunities, but we are not racing here tonight, it's only qualifying night. Now going up into turn 13, the second last straight, and the run up to the final corner of the circuit. Now going into the final corner, in 4th gear now, a small kink which is counted as a corner, turn 15, and the run up to the line, 1 minute 26.9 for J. Luke.
A decent first lap time to start the session. And also thank you very much for the tour guide around this track. And actually now Cayman has taken P1 with the smallest of margins. And I will just have a quick look to the gap. 0.005 of a second is the gap between these two. So I think that's pretty close.
That is really close.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if you have some of those gaps in the season. But, well, let's expect not too much, because if you over-expect things, it could turn out to be a disaster. But anyway, let's go. Let's have a look into at Liam RBS, and he's driving the McLaren, and he's currently on a set of medium tires, so he might use the time to get used to the car, to the track, and all the stuff.
Yeah, he will. We see a lot of drivers on the medium combo of tires, the two fastest laps, coming from the two drivers who went out on the soft compound of tires. We also see James, Dovey, and Kingen both on the soft tires, but James is in the pits, and Kingen, he is looking like he's just doing some banker laps, not really competitive laps, but it's Vitinho disqualified from the session for going the wrong way.
Yeah, I've just caught that on camera. Looked pretty weird on the track map. I don't know what Vitinho was trying to do here, but he is disqualified now, so that's his first chance. I'm not sure if he is allowed to do the next lobby.
I don't think he is. But that's really unfortunate for the Brazilian driver.
Yeah. Speaking of Vitinho, I mean, just some little facts about him as well. He has shown that he's got a pace to be a, let's say, decent driver at podium tier last season. But his racecraft wasn't the best, let's say, mildly. He had some bad luck coming in and all the things.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great season. We saw his one lap pace. It was really amazing. But just on this Sunday or in the race, he just couldn't do it. He got, as you said, a lot of bad luck. And some of it, the crashes were his fault. Sometimes it wasn't his fault, but it's not what you're looking for in a driver now, is it?
That's true, and we can only hope it will get better from now on. And there's also a comment from Tom Robo12, and he said that J-Luke got disqualified from the earlier lobby, so you could join the next lobby, so thanks for the info.
So hopefully Vitinho doesn't go reversing in the next lobby.
Yeah, that would be quite an advantage. So, I'm currently looking at James in his AlphaTauri. I think if I got it correctly, James has scored 1 point in the last season at position tier, and he finished the season overall in 19th place. So, let's say he was struggling a bit in the season.
Yeah, it didn't seem like the best of seasons for him, and he definitely wants to improve on that season coming 19th. Here tonight, try to get to maybe a higher tier, try to definitely improve on his position last season.
Well, I mean, there's always the chance to get better during the game cycle. We've seen it with some drivers in the past, and it won't stop now, and maybe James could improve from that and maybe score some more points during the next season in whichever tier he will land. Maybe he will land a position again, or some other tier. We will find out in the next couple of days.
Yes, we will. But now James Stofey coming up to the line. What will it be? It opens the DRS. Runs of ERS, and it's a 126.9, and it's really close up there in the front. 35 thousandths of a second separating J. Luke and James. It's, as I said, really close up top.
Absolutely, I really would wish that the gaps would remain like this, but oh well.
Yeah, it would really be amazing just seeing a championship fight that close, or just any race that close.
Yeah, absolutely. The race would be even better with many people with the same pace and with a lot of close battling. Of course, it will be hampered by the dirty air, which is a bit of a shame because then we could have seen some more brutal battles. And I think that would be definitely possible without dirty air.
Yes, as you were commentating over that, J. Luke says the fastest lap time, 1 minute 26.3, which is only 3/10 off the benchmark that the quarter past 6 lobby set. We're getting really close to that benchmark, and I think we could beat it.
Well, I mean, we are still early on, and we've still got some people who haven't set a time and who are setting their times on medium at the moment, so it's not over yet. So maybe these drivers will be able to beat this mark. And just to give you a little comparison, the top 10 from last year, or not from last year, from last season in the qualifying night, were all within a second of each other. So from IGK Zach 06 with a 1 minute 24.9 to BTAS with a 1 minute 25.724. So was pretty close back then.
I mean, I think it's even closer here. Came an 8,000ths of a second behind J. Luke.
So these two will have a little battle, it seems, already.
Yeah, it really does, but still, more than half the grid haven't gone out on the soft compound tyres, or at least set a competitive lap on them. So it will get interesting as we go further and further into the practice/qualifying night.
Yeah. So, yeah, now we see Cayman making space for Ferrari. Which one is it? It's EC Mats, and yeah, I've mentioned it already at the beginning, and I've also got some stats from his last season. So he scored 46 points at podium tier, and I think he even scored a podium. So, not a fully bad season, I guess.
It really wasn't. That one podium brought him up to 5 podiums in total in his career in one hub, which is quite a good record for him. But he's coming off the line, not the best lap time from him. Just checking it as I'm on the wrong tab. It was a 1 minute 28.7, but he is on the medium compound tyres, and that is not really a competitive lap time.
Yes, but well, we have to wait for the upcoming laps, and I saw that Matt's locking up badly in turn 4, which could end up badly. Whilst we now look at TC13, and what can I say? Honestly, I think the 4 points he scored from last season weren't really the maximum. He's shown his pace in Australia, where he qualified nearer to the front, and then all of a sudden everything went wrong, and his race went clearly downhill. He could have scored a lot of points there, and I surely think that TC would have deserved a lot more points.
Yeah, there was a lot of times during the season where he was looking strong. He was in the top 10, but he just couldn't make it stick. A little bit of a George Russell him. As we saw George Russell spinning out under the safety car at Imola, but hopefully he gets a better season this season.
It'd be great to see, and currently he is in P5, which is not too bad, and he's also a few thousandths of a second behind James. Oh, he's already off here, so that's not a good line from TC. But I'm not sure if he was on a fully committed lap or not. I don't think so. And let's have a look at Storm, who's driving the Renault at the moment.
I'm already getting mixed up. I can't find the drivers most of the time. That's not the best, but now he's coming up to turn 40 RS wide open. Now there is a Ferrari behind him and a Red Bull behind him, so there's going to be dirty air for those two drivers. Storm in the clean air, and I think he's going to go on a lap time, but he is on the medium compound of tyres, and he is the only driver not to set a lap time currently, apart from Vitinho, but he has been disqualified.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a chance to set a lap time now. He might do it later on in the next session. We'll just check who is going to commentate on this. Just make some sort of advertising. Let me check.
As you go check, I'm gonna maybe commentate over James, who is on a lap on the soft compound tyres. Just like J. Luke, who's coming up to a line. Now, he's used up all his ERS, and it's a new fastest lap time, 1 minute 26.187, getting closer and closer to that lap time set in the 6:15 lobby. Now James going up to turn 14 and in the really small right hand kink of turn 15. And what will it be for him? Will he get the fastest lap? No, he doesn't. He does improve on by not enough, and he stays in the same position.
Well, that's always a big disappointment when you are finding some time, then you don't see yourself improving. That's kind of disappointing. So, for the next stream at 7:45 p.m., we will have Sam Thompson and Craig Senna commentating. So, make sure you're staying here with One Hub, and you will follow the next stream as well with those two guys. And also make sure to stay with One Hub, so leave a subscription to their YouTube channel for some more One Hub racing, and be prepared for an exciting Season 17.
Yeah, it will be definitely exciting, so make sure we put on post notifications to get notified every time that we have a live stream or else we upload a video. But yeah, what is your prediction after seeing what the drivers can do in the past 17 minutes? Who do you think will come out on top?
Well, it's difficult to say. I mean, J-Luke is making a good impression on me. Same goes to K-Man. I mean, these two had a little battling in terms of the times. So I wouldn't be surprised if these two would keep going with their hunt for the fastest lap. And I wouldn't count out the other drivers as well. I'm not trusting them 100%ly. But one prediction I will make is that they might beat the 1:26.0 lap time from the earlier slot.
But that was F1 Fire going into third position, all the way down from 13th. So up 10 positions on the soft combo of tires, setting at 1:26.5, still 4/10 off J. Luke.
Well, so what can we say about F1 Faf? He was also racing podium tier, and well, let's summarize it at, let's say, a decent season. He wasn't really the active part, but it wasn't too bad either. So
I mean, in my opinion, it was a really good season, as he did join really late on. He joined, I think it was in Monaco, after replacing Slenderman, and he did look really good that race. It just kind of went down for him later on in the season.
which is a big shame, but of course everyone can win. But I think F1 Faf will be pretty eager to improve himself for the upcoming season, just like everyone else. But I think he will be looking really forward to get back to his Monaco form, as you've just mentioned.
Now, something interesting to point out, Cayman and Nick both have set the same exact lap time of a 1:26.350.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Wow, that's interesting.
So that is something really rare to see. We saw that, I forgot what race it was, but back in the 90s, Michael Schumacher and two others, I just keep forgetting who they were.
Villeneuve and Frentzen.
Thank you. They set the exact same lap time, and it's a really rare sight to see, especially if it's for a high up position.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would have seen it live, because I just couldn't imagine it when the first time I've seen it, because three drivers setting the exact same time. I mean, it doesn't sound realistic, but it is possible, as we've seen here. But well, must have been fun.
Yeah, and especially in F1, how we count in the tenths of a second. It's really amazing how all the drivers managed to eke out the same lap time from their cars.
Yeah, I think there was a spin in Sector 1 with J-Luke. I think he's lost the control of his Williams, which is not really something you want to see.
Well, lucky for him he didn't do an Alex Albon in FP2, as it is Bahrain practice. It was Bahrain practice. In real life F1 tomorrow it's going to be FP3 and qualifying, and in my opinion it's really nice how we are kind of going at the same pace as the F1 calendar. They have Bahrain, we have Bahrain, but we have the qualifying night.
Yeah, and one thing they also have is F2, but well.
Well, I forgot to mention that, but then again, we're also not racing F2 cars.
That's true. But now we are entering the final phase of the qualifying night. It is time for the drivers to get competitive now and to set the fastest times. As I have a look into VSMT Adam. I haven't really found out much info about him, so either I'm stupid or he is a rookie. If he is, then welcome to One Hop.
But if he isn't, welcome back.
Yeah.
And now going up to a line, 10th position, 1 minute 27.6. Not the best lap time, in my opinion. He can do way better.
Yeah, but of course there's still some time left. And well, which driver can we actually spectate? Let's have a look into Liam.
Which Liam?
Liam RBS, I would say, or do you want to have a look into Liam JHMC? Because I think we didn't really have a look into him. So come, let's go with him.
I don't think we have. He is in the Mercedes, the black Mercedes. That looks really nice. Shame it's not in the night time. There's practice session, but oh well. And now he is on his out lap. He will be starting his flying lap soon with only 7 minutes remaining on the clock. It is important for the drivers now to not invalidate and set the fastest lap times they can.
Yes, so let's go for Liam. And just a little thing we need to mention as well is another sponsor, which would be Next Level Racing, who will supply the rigs for the winner of the Going Gets Tough award. And it was won by Dexter last season. And basically what you have to do is, I think was basically not finishing on the podium, but you have to... yeah?
That is incorrect. You couldn't finish in the top 3 in the standings, not on the podium.
Okay, sorry about that.
And I'll carry on. You had to, I think it was, take part in every race, do all the press conferences and driver interviews in season, and you were eligible to get the award. And it was done on a lucky spin wheel. I don't know what it's called, a spinning wheel, at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Dexter who was the lucky man and won the Going Get Stuff award. I think there was about 6 or 8 drivers at the end in contention, but the wheel decided the fate, and it was Dexter.
Yeah, that is how cruel the world can be. But anyway, let's go on. And well, just had a look at Kingen. I think we did really mention him. He is driving the Williams, and he was driving at the I think prospect tier. Just have to have a look in my notes. And prospect, yeah, prospect. So it's gonna be 12, and he is in the pits. Now Cam is entering the pits, the one-time winner of the podium tier from last season. And if he can repeat this success, it remains to be seen.
Yeah, it will be. I'm going back to Kingen. He did set a 27.9 lap time here last season, which he has already improved on by 4 tenths, so showing great improvement, Kingen. And I think he could strive for more in this session.
Well, there's the Williams off. When we were speaking about Kingen, but it's not Kingen. It's J. Luke. And yeah, so he went off the road. And he will let a Ferrari by, I think. Or will he? Yeah, he will be.
Yes, he does.
Good man. There was also a Renault. And it is Truth. And he will enter the pits now as well. Do I have got some notes? Yeah, I've got some notes about him. The only notes I've taken from him that he had 4 finishes with 30 points.
Dexter, I think he was blocked by one of the Renaults, the Renault of Storm, because Dexter, it looks like he is on a flying lap, and he did have to take avoiding action. He had to lock up into turn 1 to try and avoid Storm, who was going out the pits, and that just might have ruined his chances for getting a competitive lap time.
That's really unfortunate if this happens, and well, we've got approximately 3 minutes left, and we are waiting for the majority of the drivers to come out of the pits and to drive their laps.
Yes, now these are the most important lap times as the track is at its best. It's not really the best for the dirty air situation, but definitely for only grip, it's amazing. If you get into clean air, it is the best time to set your lap time.
Yes, and with the grip now actually here on the circuit, this could be now the factor which could lead to some stunning lap times, and we have to wait for them to be driven.
I just wanted to mention a lot of traffic at turn 1. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, 9 cars there. So it's really busy going out the pit, or for the people who are going for a flying lap, and the people who are going for a flying lap aren't in the best situation.
Yeah, I think the traffic situation was to be expected. I mean, it's nearing the end of the session, so yeah, it was only to be expected. And
wanted to mention Nick is on a lap time. He has a lot of traffic to get through. He already got past 3 cars earlier on, and now he's on the back straight with DRS wide open, using all the ERS he can. Going into turn 11 and 12, we see there a Williams ahead of him of J. Luke, and then a Renault ahead of J. Luke. Nick, of course, fighting for a tough position here. Maybe he was trying to get a little bit of slipstream, I'm not too sure. He did go off to the right a little. And now coming up to the last 2 corners, or last corner, however you want to call it, turn 14 and turn 15, and up the line, and he does not improve.
Maybe it was the traffic.
It might have, but I did see him go really wide into turn 8, so that might have just messed up his lap time.
Could be, yeah. Whilst we are now watching J. Luke, he's currently leading the session. Also K-Man, who is starting his lap, and he's already in the first sector. So now, oh, there's the yellow flag, there's a McLaren waiting for the drivers to go by. And we see TC finishing P5 at the moment with a 1 minute 26.5.
Oh, Cam also coming up to the line now. after the McLaren abandoned his lap of VSMT Adam. But now Cam going up to the line, he improves by 3 tenths, but it's only enough for 9th place in the lobby. But of course, it's not about position in the slot, it's about the lap time.
Yes, and Liam finished his lap. He is P14. Easy Mats stays at P8. Now we have to wait for the first Renault. And this will be Storm. And he will finish in P15. Next one will be Truth. He stays there. And J. Luke can't improve. Or maybe did a tiny bit, but nothing spectacular. The last one with a chance to get to the top would be K-Man. And no, he can't.
And now far. He gets into 3rd position, 1 minute 26.3. I did see J. Luke only improved by 500, but I'm a little disappointed by those final laps. I thought they would be way quicker.
Yeah.
Maybe that traffic situation really, maybe just getting into the driver's heads, causing a distraction for them, and it's not the best. I thought we were going to beat that 6:15 slot, but I guess we won't.
Honestly, I guess it too, because the pace of the drivers look pretty good. And if you want, could just go through the ranks as quick as possible.
So J. Luke was the fastest in the Williams, came in 2nd, F1 Favre 3rd, Nick in 4th position, TC the first man not from Britain, he was in 5th, Liam in 6th, 7th James, SD Mats 8th, Cam 9th, Truth 10th, Dexter 11th, Adam 12th, Kingan 13th, the other Liam, this time Liam JHMC 12th, in 14th, Storm in 15th, and Vitinho, who was disqualified, in last position.
Well, I think that was an interesting session. We've got a little picture of some of the drivers. And Minty, how would you rate the session?
Now I'm a little surprised that we saw K-Man up there, because he was not that quick in my opinion. Last season he was in the Williams, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't really impress me that much last season, but now I see that he has really improved, and that's good news for him.
Definitely. Okay guys, so that was the qualifying night. So maybe for some of the drivers they will have some fun in this lobby to basically enjoy the night and just drive, or maybe they will leave and do something else. And I think now, Minty, do you have some more words left to say?
No, not really.
Okay, then I think it's time to end the stream. Make sure to follow One Hub for season 17. The driver pairings and the tiers will be announced in the next couple of days. And remember, the season opener in Austria will be taking part, or will start from the 11th of December onwards. So, so basically thank you so much, Minty, for being here.
No problem, it was really fun.
Absolutely, and I also want to thank you so much for watching, and well, basically was fun, and we will see us soon when the One Hub Season 17 starts. And until then, goodbye, enjoy the night, and make sure to switch over to the next stream, which will be commentated by Sam Thompson and Craig Senna. So, goodbye.